Hey y'all, it's Michael. So as you can tell, first off, one of my favorite backdrops, as you know, if you've been with my channel for a long time, is finally starting to bloom. It's gonna be so beautiful. And also, I made this flower crown for my niece, but she left before I had a chance to like take photos of her with her on it. And I was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna let it go to waste. So I thought I would do this tag. I haven't done one in a while, and I need to get back more into it. So recently I was tagged by Rachel Ray to do the genre book tag. She recently just tagged me in it, so I thought, I was like, you know what, let me just do it right now. This is created from Harriet Rosie, and so I'll leave the original video down below if you want to check it out. Basically, it's a tag just to talk about the genres, like the different genres and whatnot. So let's go. The first question is your favorite genres. I would have to say my favorite genre would probably most likely be fiction, if any. I know that sounds so generic, but it really is. I love fiction. And while I do love nonfiction, and I do quite read them frequently, if anything, it's just fiction. Literary fiction is probably like so close to my heart. Next one is your least favorite genres. If I had to pick, I would have to say, and I noticed this from reading my the previous short story collection that you can tell on my video, my least favorite genre, I would have to say two, and I wouldn't say least favorite, it's just the ones that I don't gravitate towards. The first one is self-help books. I just don't really like them. And I understand like why people read them, but for me, I just don't like it. And I think that's because for me, it feels like a little bit like wishy-washy in my opinion. And there has been some that I have like read, like for some business classes that I did take in college. What was it? How to Make Friends and Influence People, and then the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Those, but other than that, it's just something I don't gravitate towards. Too. I don't know. I'm just not really into them. Another genre that I would have to say is humor, and I find this because, looking back, like in retrospective, especially with the previous short story collection that I just finished reading, I think humor is really hard to pull off in a book form, in a novel. While there are things that are happening that are funny, I think for me, like a definition of a book that is funny is like really hard to define. Oh my god, my vodka. I think it's better in audio or like visual wise, like TV or something, is because there's like a rhythm, there's a cadence, there's like a fluctuation of people's voices and whatnot that can like really land a joke. But for like when you're writing, I think it's a little bit difficult because each reader interprets humor differently. But I have found that books that I would find humorous are definitely not the humor books that you would categorize under that. It's probably like more like postmodernism, just because of the satirical concept that they introduce, to me is funny. So if that makes any sense. But number 3, a genre you want to try. A genre that I would have to say I would like to try is, or probably get more into, is romance, because I feel as though I'm not, when it's like, oh, romance, that's how I feel about it in general, but I don't have an aversion to it in the sense like ooh, romance. I was just like, romance, which is weird because I enjoy, when I started reading some erotica books, I like that. And I don't know how the genres work. See, this is where it like gets really iffy, is because I feel as though like erotica falls under romance, but it's different in the sense like erotica has a different goal, and I guess you could say, versus like something like with a romance versus say something with like a new adult. I'm not gonna lie, I have read some erotica and I was like, oh, okay, I can kind of get in. A genre that I wanted to try, that I would say more for like my booktube videos and like more for me in general, I want to actually get more into cookbooks. I love to cook. I just want to get more into cookbooks, but man, those videos are hard. Like making cooking videos are hard. And I also want to get more into like actual photography books. Also, if you know, I love photography, and I just don't have like physical books like about the study of like the art of photography and like about the science and like the theories behind it, because I know a lot of them, and that's just from me absorbing it from like YouTube videos and like learning myself and then like looking it up and whatnot. But I just don't have any like straight up books that talks about that subject. The next one is a genre you don't want to try. I guess I would be more into self-help, but when I was looking into this, I was like, I don't really know, because I really do enjoy a lot of stuff. The next one is a genre you're not sure about. See, the thing is, like, these kind of bunch in together. This could probably go with like romance and whatnot. Oh my god, my flower. The next one is a genre blend you love. This is me realizing this is something that I really enjoy, especially last year and this year, is science fiction short stories. Like, I really like them, and that's probably why I gravitate towards like Ted Chiang, and right now I'm currently reading N.K. Jemisin, and that gears towards more fantasy. But like sci-fi and fantasy short stories, I really like them, and I think that's because for me, like especially with sci-fi, you can make a short story with the theme, for me, like the theme is much stronger, especially if you're a great writer too, and you can convey that really fast. I think it has more of a punch because like with Ted Chiang, if you know I love, I think like that's one of his strengths, is that since he's writing in with like these fantasy and sci-fi concepts, he does it so well, and it's like quick, short, to the point, that it's so strong that I just really gravitate towards that, because I was like, man, this is like it's just really good, and I just really like that. That would probably be more into like a high concept type of short story. Okay, that's probably a better, like if you really want to get to nitty gritty, it's high concept short stories. Yeah, like very high concept, very like over the top. I think those I really enjoy. Like, I'm finding that I'm really enjoying those type of short stories. The last one is a genre-defying book. For me, this was kind of hard to determine. That's because a genre-defying is like something that is just like something that changes what the conception is. And for this, you know, I don't really know what the answer is. If anything, I would have to probably say like a book that just wowed me, in a sense where like it changed like style. You know, it's probably like Beloved. Okay, so in Beloved, first off, by Toni Morrison, the Queen, there is this moment in there where first off, it's written so beautifully, like as we're going along, it's written in prose. There is this moment where it switches and it goes into this verse, and it is so tactful and beautiful and so hard-hitting because it goes so well with the story. I was like, wow. I was like, to me, that was like genre-defying. I was like, wow. But this question is really hard to answer. Idea of like what you wouldn't expect something to happen. So like let's say even like The Warmth of Other Sun, that has like a story essence to it that a non-traditional non-fiction would have. Like, you get what I'm saying? Or something like The Devil in the White City, like that is, for me, like would be considered maybe genre-defying because it's like thriller-ish for a non-fiction. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, I tag anyone to do this. I don't really know who hasn't done it or done it, but yeah. So but if you do, let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts. It's actually a pretty good tag. So yes, until then, I'll see you guys till next time. Bye.